Okay. Okay, good morning, beauties, creatives. Welcome to the recap or recapping chapter 6. So this week we worked through the recovering a sense of abundance. When I say this week, I feel like this is like every day right now. So recovering a sense of abundance, that's where we're going to have our check-in around that. And then we're going to be moving into this week, recovering a sense of connection. And this is the turning point in the Artist Way. It is a 12-week long journey through the book. And so when we enter into week 7, we are officially more than halfway through. So I just want to congratulate you guys for continuing on with this journey, because as you know, those morning pages can churn up some uncomfortable thoughts, and all of a sudden you can find yourself doing weird things. Like I will share a little bit about some of the strange things. I'm like, I just feel like I need to do this. And it's very much coincides with this full moon that we're experiencing today, this unknown, the discomfort of what is happening here and what is going to come of all of this, and why, all the big questions can be very much brought up in this. So congratulations for continuing to show up and for doing the work, because we can either do the work and be in the driver's seat of our life as the waves hit us. We can be the pro surfer of our life, or we can just passively let things happen and harden our hearts and kind of avoid or pretend something doesn't exist, and really that doesn't serve us in any way. So what did you guys think about chapter 6? Same questions as always to start. And I thought maybe we could just, rather than one person going all the way through all the questions, we could start with, check in, like morning pages. Does it really matter? Or I think it's more fun to discuss artist dates, what we did, how we feel. Oh my goodness, synchronicities. I had some cool ones that I want to share with you. And then any other issues, but just kind of let it be a little bit more free flowing with that. So I will be the first to admit I did not write my morning pages this morning. I opted to take Jasper for a walk because I had a little energy, and we all know how hot it is in Boise right now. So did that. And my morning pages will become probably evening pages. Good morning, Princella. You made it. I was just congratulating everybody on making it officially into the second half of this course, which for many people, we've seen some people come and go because it's intense. So we're just starting the check-in right now. We talked a little bit about the current full moon astrology, and now we're on to the check-in. So who would like to go first with either morning pages, artist dates, synchronicities, issues that have come up?
You're going to be on a video.
Good morning, Russell.
Good morning, Russell. Andrea said.
Good morning.
I could go first right now.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I really wanted to be here for this call, but oh my gosh, I completely fell off the wagon off everything. And I keep thinking about my commitment number, and it's not 16. In my heart,
right.
Commitment was a 10.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of work. And
it is.
But I think that's the reason to keep showing up, though, because it is reality and I do love it. And work gets very, very busy, which I didn't expect to happen. But so I just wanted to express that.
Yeah.
I love connecting with everybody and would love to be able to consistently do it. But yeah, I gotta recognize what the limitations are when as we're going through. So
yeah, no, that is absolutely true. I think for me, like sometimes even considering the tasks is not like, that doesn't happen. I've internalized the writing practice, so I feel pretty confident in that. And the artist dates, I'm finding that I have to schedule them or they don't happen. It just is too easily one thing comes another. Is there any part of it that this week in the chapter 6 that you were able, like, were there any days that you wrote morning pages? Is that something that you're able to fit in or to take yourself out for a little alone time? Oh,
Yeah, I did do, and then my alone time has been yoga. And
okay.
so that's been really wonderful. Not every day, but a couple times this week, which felt amazing. And it was efforting to get started, and then very happy that I took that time for myself. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Like sometimes, and it feels the opposite, like, especially if there's a lot on our plate, things that we have to do or, unexpected. This was this past week had a really big unexpected signature, a very strong signature to it of, yeah, all of that. And
For
so,
you?
yeah. So, I mean, for me, the unexpected thing was COVID. I don't think that I actually contracted it, but it was all around me. It was circling me very closely. And, I had to make adjustments and choose not to host my full moon ceremony last night as a part of that in a response to it. But the question is like in the midst of all of that, how can we just remember that when we allow ourselves to rest and to pour into ourselves, that we're really pushing ourselves forward in the best possible way.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, I am so glad you're here and that you're acknowledging that, woo, like sometimes it just doesn't happen. And that's okay because, like I said, a
Yeah.
new day begins and a new week
Yeah.
begins and
Yeah.
the opportunity continues. And by now also you have a little bit of an understanding of the system and it might be a good time to think about if you have only had it in book form, perhaps you want to get the Audible version of it. So that if you are taking a walk or driving around or whatever, doing dishes, you can listen to it and multitask. But
Yeah. I do have both. And so this week I just couldn't even get to the Audible this week. It was kind of a lot of hours put in that I didn't like. Yeah, like you said, the unexpected kind of creeps in there. But
yeah,
but I also, I mean, let's not hide from the fact that life gets in the way, and just
yeah,
admitting it, I think, is so much better. Because I really worry about people not seeing or hearing the voice of, like, this is reality and it's okay. We don't have to go and hide and feel like a failure. You don't have to feel that way. It is disappointing too, still, though, anyway, for
yeah.
me, but anyway, yeah.
But
But thank you.
the book exists, and if ever you want to go back, like I would recommend, just continuing to move forward. If you want to go back and dive into some parts of this chapter on abundance, you could do it at any time. Some people choose to do the artist way over the course of an entire year, like do the whole thing. And it's interesting that what you just said is that perfectionism is going to be a big part of chapter 7. And that's often what will stop someone dead in their tracks. Like you're not doing it perfectly, so then you don't even show up for the call. So big applause to you for being like, hey, it didn't happen this week. And that's totally fine. That's life. Yeah, cool. Who else wants to check in?
Okay. You too. I will.
Thanks, Peter.
Well, God, chatty Kathy over here. My husband was excited because when we drove to California, I put the audio on through my phone in the car.
Yeah.
And so he was listening to a few pieces, but I had already read the chapter, but that was the one thing, reading it really early because we were going on a trip. Then or because we were on a trip and we're getting ready to travel some more and go see more people, I just pressured myself into hurry up, get this done.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't really register half of what I read because I didn't take the
Interesting.
time to really digest everything. But the exercises in the book kind of help it because I was asking the questions out loud. It was funny. Both of our answers were pretty funny, but
Great road trip questions,
yeah,
actually. Yes.
they were. We're like, oh yeah. So that was cool. And then a lot of the tasks we did, or I did, when I went out to pick my flowers, the girls were with me. So we just kind of made a minute of it and just escaped everything. And my little one is a rock collector anyway. So
Oh,
she came up on my little ledge of all the rocks that Kimberly's given me over the years. And we just kind of picked out 5 little rocks. And I said, okay, well, those are yours. I need to go pick mine. And she went, yeah. So she was all
oh, I
excited.
love that natural abundance, that task
Yeah.
of seeing.
That was fun. And I actually did the last probably 2 days, 3 full pages of morning pages because there was so much in the trip.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And I remember when my arthritis was really kicking up and I heard Kimberly was sharing that maybe that's some kind of block that's just happening.
Mm.
And it was kind of, I'm like, oh, no, it's not that. But it was, because the second I even let myself go to a certain spot with my familia, it
Oh.
all just came out, and it felt really good because at the end of it,
Oh.
it was a letting go. The writing it out, and not because I can't tell anybody, they're all gone. So what am I, so
Yeah.
writing it all out, I've never done before because I wasn't allowed to be angry at the people who had passed.
Oh my
So
gosh.
now it was like, oh, all right, let's get this out. But it felt really good, and I had a flow to it. So it went really well. I didn't have to break everything up throughout the day. So
That's
I
awesome.
I like I like that. I like the 3 pages. She was right. You get to that point where that 3 pages really gets you going. And
Yeah.
that page and a
Yeah.
half,
About
I
that
was
page and a half
stopping.
where you're almost like, this is enough. I'm good.
Yeah. And I looked back, I didn't read anything. I looked back at the top, and it was about a page and a half. And I thought, there's something there. I'm just stopping myself from
Oh,
going any
going
deeper.
in. Wow.
So, but yeah, I like that. Artist date, no. I kept thinking about it. And actually yesterday I had a little mini plan before we got the call about cookies. So
Hmm.
I figured today I could do something, but what I really want to do is they have that rearrange a few things in your house at
Yeah.
one task.
Yes.
And I want to do something with the studio because I'm getting too much stuff thrown up on walls and it's getting I can't focus.
Well, and sometimes, yeah, I mean, sometimes it's putting things on the walls and sometimes it's just removing things and
Yeah.
just trying to, especially as an artist, a visual artist like you are, that just changing something up is a really great,
Mhm.
idea to see like, oh, what do I think about that? Because
Yep.
we could do whatever we want. Really.
Yep. Yeah. So that's it for me.
Okay. Okay. So the challenge for the week ahead would be to schedule. And now that you're back from vacation too, it is, I mean, especially if you're vacationing with other people,
Mhm.
it's more challenging. I snuck away on my artist date after my girlfriend who I went to Ashland with, she left and I stayed that extra day. And that's when I took my artist date last week, was
Mm.
right at the beginning, I guess, of the week on that Sunday. Um,
Mhm.
because yeah, being with somebody the whole time, it's like, oh, I guess no, I went to the goddess temple. Anyhow, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it can be hard to do. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I did play in the ocean. I mean, I told everybody I need y'all to stay right here. And
Mhm.
I went down a little bit, further down just to be by myself,
Okay.
listen to Amos Lee in my ear and just sing it out and dance around and be a fool and not care that anybody was looking. And my sister was,
It's huge.
people are look, my older sister who has had this browbeaten as well. People are looking at you. And I went, who cares? Whatever. Like, what do they care? No, and you don't know me. I don't know them.
That's
Whatever.
a huge breakthrough, actually. That's
Yeah.
probably, that could be one of your most impactful artist dates. Because I remember the very first artist date you took was walking along the river and you were talking about
Mhm.
people looking at you and like all of this kind of fear about what are they thinking? I'm all alone. And then here you
Mhm.
are singing and dancing on the beach, and your sister even
Mhm.
pointing out people are looking at you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No.
Ooh, I got chills all up and down.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Good. Won't
Awesome.
do it again though. I can't guarantee I'll do it again. We'll see.
I'll see. That might be your new thing. There
Might
was a
be.
beautiful, there was an Instagram that somebody shared with me where somebody was like probably in their beach house and they filmed, there was a woman who was 70 or older, it appeared from the video, and she was just twirling and dancing. And like the caption was, "This is who I want to be, when I grow up." Just this woman who was just dancing in the waves, in that not in the water, but on the wet sand area,
Right, right.
just dancing away. It was a beautiful moment that was captured, and
Nice.
yeah, so
Well, I brought back Port Hueneme water and Port Hueneme sand. So maybe I'll
Oh.
just dance around my bottles, but
There you go. I love it. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, Mama or Kimber?
You want to go, Blythe?
Oh, sure, Kimber, thanks a
You
bunch.
guys should just,
Well, I did do my writing all week.
Yay.
I just come in here and
Shush, Jasper. Okay, go
oh,
ahead.
Jess.
Yeah.
Anyway, I come in here every morning and just get my little notebook out and go to it. And that's one thing, because the last time I did this, I was kind of
Yeah.
not wishy-washy about it, but this time I just, and sometimes this time I'm dedicated, and sometimes I don't really say a lot, but at least I'm doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've done that. I don't think I took an artist date, unless you can call going to Lisa's last night and doing a semi-moon circle
I think it's lovely that you did, but
with my
How
neighbor,
cool. Yay.
since we couldn't do it otherwise. Kimber
yeah, she did. She
and
just had,
Andrea.
was it you and Lisa and Glenn?
and Glenn.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So that was nice. We did not see the moonrise because it has to rise up and above the hills that are behind her, which is way up there. So
Oh, yeah,
anyway,
she's right on the hillside. Yeah.
so
Yeah. Oh, well, that's lovely though. I love that you went over there and you did go alone,
I
but
did go alone.
but
Can
you
you
knew you were meeting, so whatever.
Yeah.
You're doing things that make you happy. And
Yeah.
that's really cool because I mean, again, the ninth house where we were talking about where your Capricorn lies, is astrology is a part of that house, like that, yes, kind of like philosophy and religion and like kind of like bigger idea concepts around life and questions and education and travel and all of that. So
I
the
that
fact that,
travel one.
yeah, and the MC, yeah, and Capricorn, ninth house. Yeah, so astrology, like the fact that you leaned into astrology. I mean, I would call it doing something for the full moon astrology. So that's cool.
Is that I'm looking on my astrological houses, but I'll look at that later.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's worthy of note because a month ago, right on the day after the summer solstice, I think it was June 21st, we had the first Capricorn moon at 1 degree and then the second Capricorn moon at the 29th degree. So it really like it just hit Capricorn,
Yeah.
in a significant way. It's worth looking at that because it's usually just one zodiac sign per year, but it reset the lunar cycle. So yay. And the new
Okay.
chapters are going to be coming our way. So did you make intentions?
I don't know. So if I say I don't know, then not directly, obviously.
Okay.
I had a very busy week, intense in certain ways, but not necessarily following the artist way or
Mhm.
anything else. Just following what I needed to do and what I
Yeah.
needed to
Yeah.
accomplish and just plow through it. I'm tired from working on it.
Rest.
I'm good
Yes.
at taking naps. This floor right here I just,
So
love- I get
crazy
my-
that you take a nap on the floor.
a pillow and yeah,
Yeah.
I will do it if I'm that tired.
Good. Well, that's the other really, really important thing is that Cancer season is ending tomorrow. The sun will move into Leo. And so just Cancer's, this whole season has been about, taking care of our bodies, the feminine side, the mothering ourselves, nurturing ourselves, getting the rest that we'll need to do, whatever it is that we desire moving forward. So just always listen to your body and rest if you are tired.
I do. It's kind of fun.
Good, good, good. Yeah, every day if you can. Sure.
When if I feel like it, I just do. And I do warn my better half, if I'm laying on the floor, don't panic. You know,
That is true. I'm just napping. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Dead, just napping.
yeah.
Puts a mirror in front of your nose to see.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
it.
You could stamp a sign that says just napping.
There we go. I should make one.
Yeah,
Anyway, it's been
that's cute.
it's been I've been aware of what you were saying about it being kind of a heavier
Yeah.
week. And
Disruptive would be a good word.
pardon me?
Disruptive in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and it really it hasn't been, but it has been. But it's been an intense week. And it's just gotta do what you gotta do, and I've been doing it. So
Okay.
that's all. I'm just meandering.
Okay. And permission granted to
It's a
meander.
meander day.
Yeah. Yeah. And that could be, I know you take walks and stuff like that. So remembering that some of the tasks for this week were as simple as you're walking to find like Mare did, to pick up some rocks or to find some
Mhm.
flowers to pick, or that's when I took that little piece of redwood and I got that blue feather that
Mm.
just made my heart sing. So it doesn't have to
Cool.
be anything big, but just, yeah. All right, Kimber, I know you had a heck of a week.
Yes. Yeah, the body, if you don't rest it and nurture it, it'll get sick and make you rest and nurture yourself. So just a note. So
Yep.
yeah, learning to put myself first is big. So yeah, notable for me is I did the task,
Mm-hmm.
this chapter, and then I found myself on track for doing proactive things to move me forward in my abundance.
Mm.
And my organization is what mine is, to know and create more abundance. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing that. I wrote, like, I think I just felt lousy. So I wrote like a page and a half, and then I finished a page and a half the next day, and then
Yeah.
I missed a day, and then now I'm back writing.
Yeah.
So
Is your
that's
energy
good.
returning? Are you feeling better?
I am better. I'm run down, but better.
Okay.
The symptoms they give you, I decided to take it. They give you some creepy medicine that helps you get through it faster.
Mm-hmm.
They're like metallic mouth all the time, that
Mm.
taste. And yeah, I'm just not, I don't like drugs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of creepy. But yeah, but the artist retreat for me is going out in the yard, and I created this beautiful garden, and it's like a retreat that it's like sitting in heaven. So I have that
Mhm.
available to me, and I'm really, really happy because I couldn't go out in the world.
Yeah. And yes, like how amazing that you had this place. I mean, when we
Yeah.
think about even, 4 years ago when COVID first hit and people were isolating and figuring out who you're potting up with and where you can go and what you can do and what you can't, I'm reminded of there are people that live in apartments with a balcony, and that's their outdoor space. And that is a reminder of your abundance, that you have this glorious yard that you have given so much love and attention to, so that during
Yeah.
this week of extreme, of isolation again, like you
Yeah.
have this lovely place.
As do you. I really compare it to your retreat, because I love what you've created in your yard. I love
Oh,
the nature of it. I love the
wildness.
feel of it, and you're so gracious with your sharing it.
Oh, thanks.
So I really
Yeah.
tried to emulate you
Mm.
in this space to make it welcoming and
No, it sure is. I mean, I just
peaceful.
love the pictures that you were sending also of, your statues, and just what you, yeah, it's really lovely. It's really lovely. And, maybe we'll talk about the August full moon having that at
Or
your
we'll
place.
create something else. We'll
Oh my
do
gosh.
some kind of healing event here where everybody can
Yes.
share their gifts.
Yeah.
That's a long time coming. So, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
another big achievement for me is I am in the habit, I don't know what chapter it was, but I'm in the habit of not turning on the TV
Oh,
because it is a distraction, and I'm declaring it a distraction, and don't miss it. I go
yay.
outside instead. And this is a big deal for me, to acknowledge being present instead of having all that noise to distract me from being present and doing what I need to do.
Well, right. And how it could make you feel. Sometimes it's really like we're craving something. And then other times it's just like a passive thing, and we don't know why we're feeling negative emotions. And it could often be like what we're taking in from the TV. I mean, I had that gift of being, well, I don't really watch TV, but in Ashland, I had no idea that President Trump was shot. I was in a swimming pool where I spent most of my time. I was just
Good for
blown
you.
away. And it was one of the guests that let us know, and we're like, oh,
Wow.
that's interesting. And also like, okay, I think I'm gonna keep swimming. He's alive, and whatever. I don't wanna go there. But yeah, like not having that, but the interesting thing is the man who delivered the information to us seemed really, really bothered that my girlfriend and I just continued to float in the water, and he got up and he left. And we were like, did you want us to, like, it was weird. He seemed really, really agitated. And then interestingly enough, and because my friend said, he's kind of weird, like that's kind of a weird vibe. And so later the following day, when I went on my artist date, I just walked around the university that was across the street from the hotel, and just a beautiful campus. And as I was walking back, I saw the man, and I intentionally decided to go a different path. And then as we were coming back to the hotel, as I was going in, he was strangely walking out again. And I was like, oh, thank heavens. Cause I don't know, like, but just little pricklies went up on my, cause then I was, all alone there at the hotel. Like pretty much everybody leaves on Sundays. But who knows? So I don't know if that was synchronicity, serendipity, who knows what that was, but I'm grateful that I didn't have another encounter with him, because it was weird. It was weird. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good choice
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
avoid that. Yeah, we have that power. We can
Yeah.
avoid chaos and people that don't serve us anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the chapter on abundance, and I love the thought of luxury. What is something, and she talks about raspberries, which, by the way, the price of raspberries are way more than what she mentions in this book. They cost $1.98 to $4.50. I was like, yeah, I don't think
Right.
so, but it's 25th anniversary and then some. But just thinking about little things that we can do for ourselves that represent luxury, that doesn't have to be first class living. Are there things that you guys do that you would say is something that you treat yourself to, a little bit of luxury?
And I use the yard. I go out every morning. Of course, you have to go in the morning because it's hot.
Yeah.
But it's luxurious to sit out there in
Mhm.
fresh air.
Mhm.
That's a luxury.
That is.
Yeah.
I think alone time in my studio, although, I mean, we live alone, but we seem to have the kids a lot, which I'm very grateful for.
Mhm.
But it just makes me feel more grateful when I get to come in here by myself and not worry about anything else, just close off, I put my giant ears on and I'm either banging my head with AC/DC or whoever, like whatever feels the most.
I love it.
And I draw, I doodle, I paint, whatever, or I write, and I'm working on a sexy book. And so that was really fun to just not have grandkids underfoot because I don't want
Yeah.
them seeing anything.
Yeah.
But my luxury, I think this has been my luxury. I've never had a studio. I've always had to carve out space. And so when we moved in here, my husband was really encouraging about make that your space. I have my Barcalounger. I don't need anything. And so, yeah, I share it with the grandbabies. Barbie's house is way over there, but we started making a little nook for my little meditation space because I've never had one either. So I'm just I'm ordering like a little partition-ish thing.
Yeah.
So I can just hang some lights and candles and whatnot and then just sit in front of it and just have or behind, whatever, sit near it and
Yeah.
see if I can get off the ground once I get back down. But yeah.
Yeah, no, and luxury of time is definitely one of the luxuries that she talks about. It's like, how do we choose to spend our time, and how do we,
Mhm.
which is what the artist states really are, is forcing you to like really enjoy your life,
Yeah.
to do something that is,
You know what, when I read that, it's so weird. My whole life I've owned maybe 3 pairs of pants, right? Never, it was always a luxury to have more than a pair of jeans, a pair of slacks, and just,
yeah.
and so I looked at it and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, yes, everything I own is black, whatever, but I have like 12 black pants. And I looked at like, oh my God, I am living large right now. I've never had that many.
Abundance.
I've never had that many britches in all my life. So it was,
Mhm.
it was pretty good. Yes, they're all black, whatever, but they're all
But
different.
again, it's so important just to acknowledge and then
Yeah.
just be like, this is abundance, right? This is
Yeah.
abundance. Having this studio, this is abundance, because
Right.
it's so easy to see where we are not abundant. And
Mhm.
this whole chapter is about showing us where we are abundant. And the exercise of counting, did anybody do the counting exercise? Where I like the name counting rather than budgeting.
Yeah.
Personally, it's always made it so much easier for me to just, oh, that's all I'm doing is I'm counting, like I'm in
Yeah.
kindergarten, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
counting. I'm just writing down and noticing where we spend our money, as an exercise of seeing like what matters to us, like what is worth our
Yeah.
monetary investments. If you haven't done that, I think it's a great exercise to do. And she even recommends that you do it for an extended period. If it's something that's working for you, I often just
Yeah.
go on and do it for a month or so.
Yeah, I'm a big Excel sheet nerd budgeter for like half the year at a time, just like kind of have an idea where stuff is going and what's coming out. But ironically, being on the trip, I had to budget like, okay, this is on this card, this is on this card, this is up. But yeah, I mean, I love budgeting. I love counting. I love all that kind of nerdy stuff. So yeah, that's a daily thing anyways for me.
Okay.
But yeah, paid more attention this time of my Starbucks addiction.
Yeah, I mean, it's something there.
Speaking of which.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then there can be times where we'll say like, oh, I don't have the money. And the reality is we probably do. I'm choosing to spend it
Right.
here, or I'm not choosing to spend it there. That's not worth it. Or
Yeah,
in our mind. Okay.
true.
Anything else on luxury, the ways that you treat yourselves luxuriously? Could be a bubble bath. I knew somebody who took a bath every night,
That's nice.
like a grown woman. I was like, whoa. And that's true luxury. And it's just,
Hmm.
it was a ritual at the end of the day that no, I take a bath. Like, wow. And then
That's what my husband does that. And when we first started dating, I thought, I've never, but I love that about him because,
yeah.
it's not like, soak it in your filth, as people say. He's just got lavender in there and eucalyptus and just because he's stressed out during the day. So it's a nice
Yeah.
for him to
That's wonderful.
And
chill. Yeah.
that's great luxury right there.
Yeah.
Because,
Agree.
we could take a shower, we could take a water. It's water and some herbs. That's great.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hmm.
I can't get in the tub. I would love to get into the tub, but I can't get out. So one of those walk-in tubs, that's
Mm,
that's on my list of what would you love to have? I think,
right.
yeah. I think my little Sunday spa facial stuff that I do here that yeah. I mean he bought me a little steamer, so I do my steam and I do a mask and it's like every Sunday. So that's that's
Oh,
luxury for me because that was
it totally is.
nothing I've ever done like before. So yeah. That's it.
Excellent. I'm trying to think of my own, like if there's something that I do.
It's funny how you look around the room to see if there's
Yeah.
anything you do. That's what I've been doing, is looking around and thinking, what is it that I do that pampers me, or because it's not in the kitchen, it's not outside, and it may be in this room that I'm in, because this is where
Mm-hmm.
I thrive pretty much. But then I think, no, there's got to be something else. And
Sometimes you do the flowers for yourself or the fresh eggs, but like she talks about the difference between like a mason jar full of daisies as luxury versus diamonds on the neck.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody is a little bit different, but luxury can be that simple as gathering that and
Right, and mine would be on that level, not to say that it's on that level, but it would be that simple, just that
Mhm.
would give me pleasure, so, yeah.
One thing that me and my husband do that I think is that I had to kind of like contemplate and like learn to just accept, which was when we go out to eat, we get what we want.
Wow, what a concept.
I know.
Yeah.
Are you
Because you
kidding?
guys know what right? It's like,
How dare you?
and I know it. And then people will say, well, that's going to be $2 extra. And we're like, okay, fine.
So like I'm gonna think about that because how many times you look over a menu and you're like, but that's that's too
Mhm.
expensive. And so I'm just gonna get the this.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point of going to a restaurant is have somebody else prepare something
That's
for
a
you.
great
Yeah,
luxury.
you wouldn't at
Yeah.
home. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. 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 And it feels good. At first it was like, okay, all right, I'm going to do it. It's what I want. And now it's like, yeah, you know what? This is our money. We worked for it. And that is our going out time, is like
Yeah.
going to a decent restaurant, not just, we don't go to fast food, and getting what we want, substituting what we want, letting go of something, especially because we're pescatarian. So sometimes we'll have meat removed and that's value to the dish taken away, but it's like, it's fine,
Yeah.
even that way too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's a
Absolutely.
really great example of luxury. That's really great. Yeah.
yeah, feels good. Definitely feels good. Now that I help myself get over it. It's been a few years now, but it took me a while to get over that. My husband's like, so what? Who cares? I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know what? Yeah.
Because it is like from the Starbucks to getting what you want. It is a declaration of I enjoy this and I deserve it. Like, and I can put my money, hard-earned money or whatever towards it. For me, it would be concerts. That just helped me trigger that's where I get a little, like, I love going to concerts, so I can appreciate a free one, but I think I'm going to see my favorite singer twice in the same week in 2 different cities, and that's abundance and luxury.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'd love to add that to our what we do, because I
Mhm.
love concerts. I love dancing and music,
Mhm.
and I love Marette, is that how you say your name? I
Mayor.
love that you said that about just dancing, there, and who cares if people are watching, because that's always on my mind too. And I've been itching closer to that, in areas where you're expected to do that, but not where you're not
Oh,
expected. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
yeah, I really, really love that share.
Yeah,
thanks.
that is great. Well, if something doesn't come immediately to mind, that's just something to consider of how to think about creating luxury for yourself, and it doesn't need to be in a way that causes you financial discomfort. Again, the luxury can be found in that natural abundance that we see all around us. And that would be the other thing that I would say. For me, it's feathers. When a feather is on my path, I most likely pick it up. And that's what I was looking at, Mama. I have all these feathers in a vase up there, and in my entryway, I have so I just have feathers everywhere because I love them. I love them, and I feel like
Hmm.
they come to me if they're on my path.
I can't fit a cow into a vase, so I don't know what I'm gonna start looking for.
But you could drink milk.
No, I don't drink milk, but I will
Gotcha.
love it from distance.
Okay, this is a fun little speed round for us. So this is your favorites list, and this might be something that you've done already on your road trip, Mare, but I think it's fun. It's on page 114, listing your favorites. So I'm just gonna go really quickly. We'll
Oh,
pull something
yeah,
out, and as soon as there's no more shares, we'll go on to something else. So favorite car.
67 Camaro.
Hmm.
Anybody else?
My Chevy. Oh, Austin Healy.
What?
Austin Healy. I never had
Ooh,
one.
yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
I have
Ooh.
moved to
57.
have one since I
Okay.
was a teenager.
I'll go big. I'll go convertible Rolls Royce. Have
Dang,
you seen them?
that
Oh
is very you,
gosh.
Kim.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing.
I'm like, those cars that I'm so terrible. As long as it's turquoise and white, I'm in. It's an old-fashioned car. But I don't know. Okay.
Oh,
57
yeah,
Chevy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
57 Chevy, but then there's the convertible one. Oh, an Audi. Yeah.
It's a convertible too.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, you can do that.
Turquoise
Okay.
and white.
Yep. Dogs.
Labradors.
German Shepherd.
Jasper.
I like German Shepherds.
Flowers.
Hydrangeas.
Was it? I'm sorry. Oh, hydrangea. Flowers.
Roses.
Lilac.
You can't think of
Yes. I'm like, all those are good. I do like I do like Gerber. I think they're Gerber daisies, the daisies that are bright colors. I do like
They're
those.
beautiful. Very
Yeah.
dainty.
Sunflowers, trees, redwood.
Magnolia.
Mm.
Redwood.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm a pine.
Fine.
I could
Miss
go
Blythe.
redwood or cedar.
Mhm.
Yeah, those
The
are
big
beautiful.
one.
I love that, Priscilla. The purple leaf one. I
Yes.
also really, really, really love oak trees.
Mhm.
Fruits.
All of them. I could not.
Let's pick one. Pluot.
When
Do
it's
you guys
at its
know
peak.
Pluot? Woo.
Ooh.
Pluot is a luxury.
Strawberries for me.
I never heard of a pluot. I
I'll
ate a lot
say
of apples, but my favorite.
good apples. Yes.
Mhm.
Good apple or peach.
Okay, make your mamas proud. Vegetable.
Every single one on the planet.
Asparagus.
Mm.
I'll go broccoli.
Broccoli. I'm really loving eggplant right now.
Ooh, I have one. I'm gonna have that for
Ooh,
breakfast.
and
Ooh,
artichoke
artichokes. Yeah, those are good too.
one.
Oh,
Good.
artichokes too, yeah.
Okay, this is the fun one then, desserts.
Key lime anything.
Ooh, yeah,
Ooh. Can I agree with that?
of
Key lime?
course. Ice cream,
Made
any,
at Kevin's Pico.
yes, the Pico
Ooh.
key lime pie is amazing. Princella, favorite, do you have a favorite flavor of ice cream or any kind? I love creme brulee.
Oh, yeah. Carrot
Yes.
cake.
Carrot cake, that's
Oh,
right, we had
yes.
carrot cake for, oh,
Yeah,
pistachio.
you guys got me one for my birthday.
We did, that was delicious. Okay,
pistachio.
you're at your restaurant, entrees. This is what kind of restaurant? I'm immediately like,
Yeah,
visualizing.
I went to the kind of restaurant, not an actual dish. Does that?
Yeah, no,
Mm.
that's fine. Like I
I
find
just
myself right now at a Mexican restaurant and it would be probably same as Mama, chili relleno.
Oh, otherwise mine would be a good schnitzel. It's the Goiner
Mm.
schnitzel.
a good schnitzel. I like that.
Ah,
I like anything Mexican, Thai, or Greek, and if it's in a burrito, even better. Just everything
Oh my
shoved in a burrito.
Yeah, just far.
Ugh.
And then also I would throw out for entrees anything that I don't know how to cook. That's like my favorite. When I go, like that's often my decision maker when I'm at a restaurant is like, well, I could maybe make that, but I don't know how to make that, so I'll get that.
No.
Okay, musical groups.
Journey with only Stephen Ray Perry. That is the only.
ah,
Stephen Ray Perry is my Jesus. So it's
Oh,
only
his
it's
voice,
him and
yeah.
only him.
Wow.
Him and only.
Well, as a group, I'll say ABBA.
Oh yeah,
oh, nice.
Because they're just
Go
Queen.
Dave Matthews Band.
Dave Matthews Band, very nice. Right now,
Queen.
I'm definitely on a Michael Franti Spearhead kick.
that's a single.
Well, Spearhead is his group,
Oh, is it a group? Okay. Okay.
but I love Dave Matthews. I would have loved to have seen Queen. Also, Original Journey would have been great. And ABBA, yeah, like they have some revival tours. Well, they just released some new music, actually.
Oh, how cute.
It's interesting. Colors.
Black and red. Those are it.
Green and purple.
What was it? The theme? What'd you say? Color?
Colors.
Favorite color.
Yeah.
Just color.
Mhm.
I'm
Mm.
gonna say purple, but I
Purple.
don't wear it all the time.
Purple.
As I have.
Gold. And it's not that lime green, Mom. I have that.
Oh,
No.
yes. With what's in my ward, definitely lime green and purple.
Yeah.
Together.
That's interesting. A lot of people put it together. For me, it's turquoise and tangerine. I love.
Ah,
Mm.
And
Poison.
then
yeah.
the kitchen that I moved into, at the Palm Motel, I moved into a single unit, and the kitchen in the first unit was pink and turquoise, which was adorable. But then the second one was orange and turquoise, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. It was so fun. Very like vintagey, old little place. Well, that's just a fun way to play and remember like what are your favorites? And a lot of times our favorite things, they come back from earlier years. Sometimes it happens that way. Did anybody bake anything this week? That was one of the tasks for a creation, just to bake something, to be creative in the kitchen.
I tried to get my husband to do it. It was too hot. No, it was too hot.
that is
We
true.
used to own a cookie company, and so baking is
Really?
but so baking is pretty easy. Hey girl. I just do a bunch of fruit in a bowl. Like it said you can make a fruit salad. I'm like, okay. I just
Oh,
did
yeah.
that. It was
Well, and that's really pretty too, because that's what's so great about fruit is it's so colorful, and then it's like a whole sensation when you eat it. It's like pleasing to the eyes and to the taste buds and all of that. Yeah.
And if you add a little bit of lime to honey and drizzle it over,
Oh, wow. Yum,
yeah,
Wow,
yum, yum, yum.
that's fancy.
That is fancy.
it's my luxury,
Yes.
my fancy fruit.
Fancy fruit. Good. Yes. Oh gosh, there were a couple other good ones in here. Communication, sending postcards to 5 friends or just letters, mama.
Or just hand stamped cards with your name
yes.
in it. Goodbye.
Exactly, just hand step cards, exactly. So that's one of the tasks that you could do this week. The basic principles, but also clearing. That's what you were talking about, Mayor, right? Any new changes in your home environment.
Oh.
So, and it could just start with the process of thinking, I think. Yeah, looking around and being like, this could use an upgrade, or I don't like this, or I want to clear this out.
Yeah, I was like, when's the last time I opened that drawer to look in that basket? There's probably all kinds of stuff I can either put to use or donate.
Yeah.
Especially if you guys have craft stuff, that place in Garden City, that reuse. They put all those little extra, like what your tidbit craft stuff that you think is nothing, I might want and use, vice versa. So
Where
that's
is
a
at,
good-
Mayor?
reuse?
There's a place in Garden City. We haven't got to go to it because anytime I'm free, they're closed. It's called, babe, are your ears on? Okay, good. Usually he puts his things on. I think it's called, crap. It's in Garden City. And it's above a flower shop, I think. It's above something, some kind, and it's the whole top row. So it takes a minute to get up the stairs, but it has very well organized sections of scraps of fabric, scraps of ribbon, patterns for sewing, patterns for drawing, stuff for stamp rolling, like if you do that rubber stampy thing, like anything you can think of. Extra, people might buy
Field
the wrong.
trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
People
We're
might buy
all-
the wrong
our
kind of
ears are perked up, all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
My embroidery floss addiction. Reuse market, it's called. The
Reuse
reuse.
market.
Reused
Thanks, babe.
market. What a
That-
good idea.
That is a great artist date.
Yeah,
In there, and
that
you
was
could
one of my
even
intentions a few
you
weeks
could
ago,
even
and then
give yourself like a limit too, if you want to say like $10, $20,
yeah,
or just go in without a limit, whatever.
yeah.
So
And-
okay, what reuse market?
Reuse market, and
Okay.
it's in Garden City, and
And
it's
if,
it's up above another business. So it was kind of difficult, but if you Google it, it'll show you
Okay, how to find it.
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
and if you come to my house right now, my entryway, the hallway is a reuse market because I'm purging stuff from my stamping room and anything that I don't need, don't want. I mean, I have things priced from 5 cents to maybe $5, but they're just in boxes waiting for me to get it all done, and then they're going somewhere. I don't
Yeah.
know where.
Good.
Wow.
So I have a market.
Are you gonna host a big blowout sale, or is
I
that
don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. I've heard of a couple of things. So
Okay.
I don't know if it's just gonna be a big donation, but the fact that it's out of my room with intention and joy,
Yes. Good.
and the space that it's,
Right? Oh,
Wouldn't
I'm so
have
And,
jealous.
and
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
that store will buy it from you. I don't know if they buy stuff like the
Or
secondhand shops out here that do
yeah.
that.
And whether they buy it or if they just take it, you know that it's going to a place where they are gonna
where
intentionally
some,
bundle it
yeah.
up so it'll get reused, and that's
Yeah.
that is sometimes nice. Well, and then I love how one of the tasks that she closes with is acceptance, like practice saying yes to freebies. So that's also just part of like receiving, like, yes, why, yes, thank you. So
Oh, yes. Will you stop?
good chapter. Chapter 7, we're going to embark on this week, and it is recovering a sense of connection. She has essays on listening, a huge amount on perfectionism and then risk, jealousy. It's all really good. I mean, it's all really good. But we will pick up a week from today to discuss what came up during week 7. So again, just paying attention to what has been challenging for you and and this is what we do with every full moon, right? We see where we're at, and then we make adjustments and pivots, and what can we release? What might we need to say no to so that we can say yes to something else? So it could be no to a social obligation so that we can take a nap, or it can be all kinds of ways that we can practice saying yes to ourselves. And I really, really encourage all of us to prioritize some time, intentional time, to do something that fills our soul. And I know that Kimberly, now that you're feeling better, hopefully you can find an artist date outside of your yard, but thank goodness that you have had that. And that for the rest of us, yeah, that our health continue to be strong, and that our bodies can carry us somewhere delightful and fun and frivolous and
Frilly and
yes,
all those F's.
really all the F, but I was gonna say all the F words except for
I know, this is a great F word. That's exactly what I was thinking.
fuck yeah.
Frivolous. How do you spell it? I can't think of how to spell it. Frivolous.
Frivolous.
Crib, I don't know.
Awesome. Well, anything else before we close out and move on into week 7 and this backside of this full moon?
Backside, I like that. The bum side of it.
Bump.
No, nope. I think we're good.
Awesome. Thank you, Priscilla. It was so great to see you. And yes, so cool. And everybody else, yeah, just all of us have a great week. And thank you for being here. This makes it joyful for me also to share this with other people who are as passionate as I am about living a joy-filled life. And it comes with doing some work, but it comes with a whole lot of flow, ease, and play.
Mm-hmm.